Hi, welcome to PCTV, and this is Bear Clips, brought to you in part by Bob's Bear Bait of Appleton. After seeing more bear on our trail cameras, we decided to apply for tags, and on the second year of applying, my daughter Brooke drew a tag. So we set up a bait station with a camera to see what we could pull in, and it didn't take long to get our first visitor. It was a young bear that I would later name Poe. Our second visitor to the bait was a curious young coyote. Young Willie wasn't sure what this was all about, so he vacated the area. Then, early one morning, we received a surprise visit by a sow and 3 cubs. Her cubs were born during winter, while she was still in hibernation. We decided to call her Cindy. Cindy demonstrates her strength and exposes all the food for the cubs. For our visual entertainment, they continued to feed and play around the bait site for several minutes as the camera transitioned from night to daytime mode. The site is rebaited and Cindy and the cubs show up late that evening. I noticed one of her cubs has an injured left front paw. I wondered how it happened and how severe the injury was. We hang around for several minutes again and then move on for the evening. Early the next morning, Poe shows up to find out if there's anything left for him. He discovers slim pickings and moves on. A few days later, after rebaiting, Ted visits the bait for the first time. We're approaching midsummer, and Ted doesn't have much hair. The weather's warm, so he probably doesn't care. He hears the camera fire and walks away popping his teeth. Ted has the appearance of an old bear, with many battle scars. Late that evening, Poe shows up looking for a snack and discovers a meal. If you watch closely, you should be able to see flying squirrels getting their share of the bait. Their eyes shine in the infrared light of the camera. Poe pops his teeth at him, expressing his disapproval, and then lays down to guard the bait. Poe takes a short stroll, and the squirrels get active around the bait. Poe returns a short time later and spoils the squirrel party. He spends several minutes around the bait before moving on. Not long after Poe leaves, Rocky Raccoon takes advantage of the opportunity and moves in for a snack. Cindy moves in and tests the area and the food before calling her cub. First one. Then 2 cubs appear. But her third cub does not show up. Was it just taking a nap somewhere? Did its paw injury become infected? I fear the worst here. If it couldn't climb, it could have been killed by wolves or another bear. Then one evening, Poe shows up for a short visit. Poe stops in the next day as well. and the next night Cindy and her cubs are back at the bait. It's apparent now her third cub has died, most likely as a result of the injured paw. A few mornings later, Cindy and the cubs are back. She discovers rolling the log exposes more bait. After refilling the bait log, we get a rare visit from Ted. He looks a little better with his hair starting to grow back in. He likes what he's smelling and pops the cork off the bait. And again, a few days later, after rebaiting, it's Ted that shows up first. He hears the camera fire and walks over to investigate. He sniffs the bait a couple times and gets to the business of cracking open the glory log. He checks his surroundings and settles down for a meal. The following are photos, obviously, of the bait site. The camera was accidentally set on photo mode, but I thought I would include the pictures of Cindy and the cubs. It's almost the third week of August now, and you can see how much the cubs have grown. Although this is a non-hunting segment, the sole purpose of setting up this bait was for the purpose of hunting. We are passionate about the outdoors, love and appreciate nature, but we are also hunter-gatherers. Since a little drama developed, I thought I would share it with our viewers. It was very time-consuming editing the small clips, which is why I'm probably one of a few to create a film with trail camera footage. Besides the fact that the bears changed their feeding habits, Brooke and I could only coordinate one afternoon of hunting, with no bears coming in, and the tag was not filled. We hope you enjoyed this segment of Bear Clips, and thank you all for logging on to PCTV.
This isn't Hollywood. It's not even close.